Coming up next on Bears, an unlikely visitor that's seen on TV made an appearance at UNC last week. We'll find out who he is and what he was doing here.
We have lots of Bears action to catch up on, especially from both the men's and women's basketball teams. We'll have the recaps of their recent road trips and more in sports.
This past week, the frigid weather has given way to more seasonal temperatures. I'll let you know if this trend will continue into this week's forecast in a few minutes.
We've got all that and more on this episode of Bear News. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining us on Bear News. I'm Becca Heath.
And I'm Kristen Skobelich. Last week, UNC hosted a writer from the Denver Post who is also regularly seen on ESPN. Can you guess who it is? If you guessed Woody Page, you are correct. The Around the Horn panelist spoke to students and staff about his experiences as a journalist and about his time on TV. The cold weather kept attendance at a minimum, but that just made for a more intimate night with the author. After sharing a handful of stories and opinions about Denver posts, Page did a meet and greet with the audience. The night ended with Page giving away and signing copies of his books, Orange Madness and I'm Almost Out of Chalk, Woody Page's Chalkboard Tales. Page told the audience about a new webcam show he is starting soon, so be on the lookout for that.
Christmas came early for meteorology students at UNC. Thanks to a grant, they were able to take the Doppler on wheels for a little spin. This radar truck is responsible for picking up important weather information, but the Doppler wouldn't be able to do its job if it weren't for the capable minds inside the truck. In this case, our UNC students. Getting the truck down to Greeley wasn't much of a challenge, but with only a handful of DAOs in the country, we are thankful we have one at UNC. The students will be able to use the Doppler on wheels for the month of November.
UNC welcomed 29 exchange students from Mexico earlier this month. The visitors are part of a joint effort between the U.S. and Mexican governments in hopes of increasing the number of exchange students. Proyecto 100,000 is a Mexican program whose goal is to send 100,000 Mexican students to study in the U.S. and send 50,000 American students to study in Mexico by 2018. The program is much like the U.S. program 100,000 Strong, which seeks to send 100,000 American students to Latin American universities. The visitors are not only university students, but also include a dentist, a high school chemistry teacher, as well as other professionals. During their 4-week visit, they will go through an intensive English language study. They will also participate in other campus activities through December 5th.
The Arctic blast that hit us last week has finally moved on. Later, we will find out if these seasonal temperatures will continue through the upcoming week. But first, let's see what our current weather looks like. Rebecca?
All right, currently outside it's about 40 degrees Fahrenheit and the winds are pretty light and variable. As for this evening, well, it's going to be pretty calm as well with some increasing clouds and a low of 23 degrees and will be actually really nice and clear. So I will be back in a few minutes to give you your full forecast.
Thanks, Rebecca. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at a challenge that gave students a glimpse into a soldier's life.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Kids will spend 8 minutes decorating their little brother.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
UNC celebrated our troops by hosting a military challenge last Friday. Students and faculty had a taste of what it means to serve this country.
Okay, well maybe not. But what it did do was provide a fun way for student athletes and professors to get some freezing fresh air and pay homage to our troops.
We are here for celebrating Military Veterans Week at UNC. This is the military challenge. So it's to give people an idea of what veterans do during military and during our trainings, and to also see if anybody can beat the Army ROTC.
Tough order as the ROTC clocked in at 32 minutes. Quite impressive when you hear what they had to do.
Lower down PT tests from the military, so they have push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, tire flips, fire person carries.
Oh, it keeps going.
Do a net crawl, so in the snow, underneath a net, they have to go over a wall, a series of walls. So like a couple 2-foot walls, and then like a 4-foot wall, and then a 6.5-foot wall. And they have to climb over that, and then they hit the finish line.
The obstacles were a collection of military challenges and CrossFit workouts, but in the end, it was all about having a good time. Reporting from all over UNC campus, I'm Nathan Fusco, Bear News.
Thanks, Nathan. Nothing like good human spirit to warm us up for the winter.
Get ready to drag the night away. So You Think You Can Drag is this year's theme for Spectrum's drag show. All proceeds will go towards funding for the Spectrum Spring Prom. Their 5th annual show will be held at UC Ballroom tonight at 7. You can expect performances by UNC students as well as professionals from all over the state. Admission is free, but donations are encouraged. All proceeds will go towards funding for the Spectrum Spring Prom.
If you're looking or planning to do some serious Black Friday shopping, Bear Logic at the UC is offering great savings. Their deals include a 39-inch Panasonic flat screen that retails for $39.99. You can pick it up on Friday for $249.99. You can take an iPad home for only $299. That's a $100 savings. If you're looking for a new laptop, you can pick up a MacBook Pro for $999.99. If you're not looking to upgrade on any new technology, you can still save on items like Skullcandy headphones. Those will be 40% off. There's many more savings at Bear Logic, so make sure to stop by tomorrow from 8 to 5 to catch their lowest prices of the season.
Don't spend too much money this holiday season. If you're short on cash, Bear Biz is your hookup. Businesses such as the Blue Mug, the Greeley Mall, Wing Shack, and 71 other places offer students discounts all year round. The Blue Mug offers students 15% off drinks. If you spend $100 at the Greeley Mall, you can pick up a mystery gift card at the mall office. Wing Shack offers a $6 student special off boneless wings, fries, and a soda. Take a look at the full list of options at fairbizgreeley.com. Make sure to have your student ID present to receive the discounts. Let the holiday savings begin.
Coming up after the break, Rebecca will have your 5-day forecast.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to Bear News. I'm your meteorologist, Rebecca Hyken. Now, have you noticed in the news that there have been some crazy things going on with weather? Actually, there's something called lake effect snow occurring out in New York right now, and it's affecting Buffalo big time. or at least a little bit south of it. This lake effect snow comes right off of Lake Erie here, and it comes from the Arctic air coming down from Canada, and it moves over the warmer lake, and it produces the clouds that form your snow. Now, they're getting some crazy, crazy amounts of snow there. They have received, looking at our next slide, sorry. Okay, looking at just this tiny little gradient, they're getting 3.9 inches here, while they're getting 60 inches here. Now, in 4 miles south of Cheektowaga, they experience 65 inches of snow, which is roughly 5.5 feet. In Lackawanna, they experience 42 inches of snow, which is about 4 feet. And then in Buffalo, they only experience 6 inches. Now that's pretty crazy. I mean, even just look at this picture. How would you feel if you walked right into your house? My gosh, that's so crazy. However, as looking across the United States, we have a cold front that moved through that occurred on Saturday, and it's moving on across the United States, and there's that lake effect snow that's occurring right in here. And as you can see, they're going to be experiencing some light snow. Even just today, they experienced some more lake effect. Now, on the west coast, they're experiencing some small areas of snow here in Utah and here in Oregon. And as for us here, well, we're just getting some part of a ridge that occurred, a trough that occurred, and it's not really affecting us in many ways. But looking at the temperatures, we have up in Billings, it's 32 degrees. And in Minneapolis, they're experiencing that high pressure system that's coming down, that's bringing all that cold air. So it's 6 degrees up in Minneapolis. And then in Des Moines, it's 16 degrees. And even, in the south, in Oklahoma City, it's pretty nice actually down there with 44 degrees. And then along with Colorado, we have 40 degrees here in Greeley. And then even in Grand Junction on the other side of the mountains, it's about 35 degrees. So it's not that bad. Now, in Chicago, it's 20 degrees, so they're, on that tail end of that high-pressure system, so they're getting some cold air there. But for today, our high was 42 degrees Fahrenheit, and our low is going to be 18, and we're actually just 1 degree above the average and 1 degree below the average. Although that record, well, it would be pretty nice to be 69 degrees outside, although we did somewhat experience that low that occurred in 1985, 1 degree last week, with it being in those below zero temperatures. Looking at our 5-day, we can see that it's going to be mostly sunny tomorrow with a high of 49. And even on Saturday with our football game, it's going to be mostly sunny as well and 50 degrees. I'll be giving you your forecast in a second for that. However, on Sunday, it is going to be partly sunny and a little bit breezy with a high of 42 degrees. And then on Monday, partly sunny as well and breezy again of 40 degrees. And then we'll be going down a little bit some more on Tuesday with it being partly sunny and a high of 36 degrees. Looking at our football schedule of when it's going to be nice, which actually is supposed to be nice the whole entire time. Kickoff is going to be at around noon, so it might be a few minutes after that. Although it's going to be pretty sunny and it's going to be a high of 46 around then with calm winds. And halftime, it's supposed to just jump up a little bit to 48 degrees, and it's also supposed to be calm. And our final around when the game is supposed to end is going to be a low of 45 degrees and also calm winds. Now, hopefully, those kickers will be able to get it in with those calm winds, so they will be sure to score. As for sports, let's bring it over to Stephen.
Thanks, Rebecca. Coming up, we'll explain why we won't be seeing any more UNC events at Butler Hancock. Stay tuned.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The UNC basketball season is officially underway, and the men's team got it started against Black Hills State on Friday at home. The Bears made a statement from the very beginning with their full-court press defense. In the first half, sophomore Jordan Wilson poked the ball away, and senior Tevon Savovic was there to reap the rewards with the slam. Savovic led all scorers with 17 points. Later in the first half, the press was still causing problems. This time, Savovic came up with a rock and found senior Dwight Smith streaking to the basket. The Bears led at the half 44-35. UNC was able to get the ball inside on a consistent basis against an undersized opponent. The Bears caught the Yellow Jackets sleeping on this possession as junior Cody McDavis earned the easy two. Jordan Wilson penetrated into the lane often. This time he found senior Dominic Lee with the no-look pass. As the game got out of hand, the Bears kept pushing. Dwight Smith added 7 points off the bench, including these 2 points off the nifty crossover and drive. The Bears would win 83-62. Senior Tim Huskisson played just 3 minutes before he broke his nose early in the game. Huskisson was treated at the hospital for the injury, but was available for the team's road trip. After the Bears' opening win of the season, the team hit the road for a pair of away games at Wyoming and New Mexico State. UNC played Wyoming on Sunday. Despite the final score, the Bears played well against a very tough opponent in the Cowboys. UNC was effective on the offensive end, converting on 49% of their field goals, but unfortunately the Pokes were even better as they shot a staggering 62% and hit 8 3-pointers. Sophomore Michael Cameron led the Bears with 21 points and Cody McDavis added 17. Larry Nance Jr. scored 21 points and grabbed 8 rebounds for Wyoming in the 78-70 Cowboy victory. The Bears didn't have much time to bounce back from the Wyoming loss because they had to travel to New Mexico State to face the Aggies. We didn't see the same level of intensity in this road loss as the Bears got hammered by 21 points. Perhaps a lone bright spot for the Bears was Tim Huskisson, who scored 16 points off 75% shooting in just 19 minutes of action with a broken nose. 4 Aggies managed to score over 15 points, led by Daniel Mullings, who led all scorers with 20. The final score, 86-65. The men's team plays Colorado Christian University next at home on November 24th. The men weren't the only ones to hit the road this weekend. The ladies also did so in a pair of games in the state of Texas. First up was Southern Methodist in Dallas on Friday. New head coach Cammie Etheridge earned her first win as a Bear against the Mustangs. The Bears had their share of offensive struggles, but overcame the offensive woes with suffocating defense. They held SMU to just 25% shooting. Junior guard Kaylee Heiser led UNC with 14 points, and senior DeShera Strange added 13. The Bears won the game 57-44. But the women's team was not finished just yet. They stayed in the Lone Star State to face North Texas on Monday. The ladies played a similar game that was dominated by defense against North Texas. The game could have had a different ending if not for the Mean Green's poor free throw shooting. They made just 8 of their 23 foul shots, but hey, I'll take it. Strange led the Bears with 17 points and 4 steals, and sophomore Courtney Zadina had 13 points off the bench. UNC won the game 53-48 despite shooting 31% from the field. Like the men, the women will have the week off before hosting Western State on November 24th. The college football season is nearing an end, and the Bears have just 1 game left. But first, they had to play the Wildcats of Weber State last Saturday in Utah. The Bears kept pace with Weber State in the first half, but in the end, UNC's 4 turnovers, including 3 fumbles, were just too much to overcome. Quarterback Sean Rubalcaba threw for 300 yards for the second time this season. He also threw for 3 touchdowns, but also tossed an interception. The team struggled on the ground, racking up just 69 rushing yards as a team. The Bears fell 34-21. UNC will close the season out Saturday, November 22nd, against North Dakota at home. The UNC volleyball team is in the Big Sky tournament, but first they had to face the Vandals of Idaho to determine their seed on Saturday. Junior outside hitter Kendra Cunningham had a match-leading 15 kills on the night. Junior Megan Garcia had 23 digs, and sophomore Ashley Guthrie led the Bears with 43 assists. The Bears won in 4 sets and held on to the 3 seed in the conference tournament with the victory. The volleyball team is in Pocatello, Idaho this afternoon for the tournament and play Portland State at 1 p.m. Butler Hancock is no longer Butler Hancock. It is now Bank of Colorado Arena at Butler Hancock Athletic Center. With the renovations that took place this summer, the arena needed a new name to go with its new look. The name change took place this past weekend as University President Kay Norton and Director of Athletics Darren Dunn signed over the naming rights for the arena to Bank of Colorado. The agreement between the university and the bank was signed as a 15-year partnership. The contract will run through 2029 and is worth about $1.5 million. According to the UNC Athletics website, both the university and the bank are looking forward to the partnership and for what will come in the future.
Thanks, Stephen. Coming up next on Bear News, it's beginning to sound a lot like Christmas. We'll count down the most popular tunes of the holiday season.
Stick around, we'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. Well, teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
The winter has not only brought snow, it has also carried holiday spirit. Even though it's not even December yet, you can catch these tunes playing everywhere. A few years ago, Billboard created a list of the top 10 Christmas songs of all time. Get ready to jingle your pants off. Happy Christmas, War is Over by John Lennon is on the bottom of the list. Next was the Rockin' Christmas Eve by the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. White Christmas by Bing Crosby has been popular since 1942, and It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year by Andy Williams landed the 7th spot on the list. Jose Feliciano wishes you a Merry Christmas with Feliz Navidad. Burl Ivins landed a Holly Jolly spot on the list with his 1965 classic, A Holly Jolly Christmas. Kids from 1 to 92 still enjoy the Christmas song by Nat King Cole. It's the right time to rock the night away with Bobby Helms' Jingle Bell Rock. Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee took second place, and drumroll please, All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey took first place.
Hold on. Before we wrap up the last show of 2014, the Bears news team would like to congratulate our anchors, Kristen and Becca, as well as our technical producer, Nathan Fusco, as they are headed to graduation next month. They have dedicated so much time, sweat, blood, and tears to the show, and we want to wish you the best of luck in the future, guys. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
That's so sweet, you guys.
Well, thanks for joining us this evening. We'll be back next semester.
Until then, stay up to date on our Facebook page and Twitter, Bear News 98. Be sure to like us.
Have a great week.